Princess Diana, kur jam me ta unë është ma baby Mama, baby, mama Nuk kena Instagrama, s'kena s'telefona Nuk po dojna drama Kisha po du me ta unë i dark Ndeti me qil, shishet venës deri te hupim vetin Mani ka dole.
Hi guys, my name is Joy. So today I'm going to be discussing the summary of The Power of Habit, why we do what we do. And not only that book, but I also read several other articles with that book that supported what he said. So it's very interesting. I want to help someone out. I want to help myself. You know, when you say something out loud, you know, it gets stuck to you. And I also want to help someone out there to change a habit. So today we're going to be discussing about how you break a habit, how you change a habit, and why it's important. The first thing is, why is breaking and forming a habit really important? Because in order to be successful, you can't just be relying on willpower, motivation, and your own, your own ability to do something, because you're gonna lose motivation. Your willpower might not be that strong that day, but you still need to carry on. So that's why a habit is way more powerful than all three of these things that I mentioned. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the three elements of a habit. So a habit is made out of a cue, a routine, and a reward. So these are the three things that form a habit. So a cue is a trigger that tells our brain to go into automatic mode, okay? So a routine is our brain follows the cue, the trigger, and then it does a certain activity. And a reward is a positive stimuli that tells our brain that we did the right routine, you know? So in order for a habit to work, it has to go through these through this process. So let's say you got in a room that's dark. The first thing you do is turn the light on without even thinking. Do you think when you turn the light on? No, you just go in and turn the light on. What's the first thing you do after you use the bathroom? You flush the bathroom. What's the first thing you do when you wake up early in the morning? You brush your teeth or you shower. You have a certain habit. So that's how the cue is. For example, let's say you have a habit of drinking coffee first thing in the morning. The cue is when you wake up, even if you had 9 hours of sleep, and even if you're well rested, you feel sleepy. You don't feel energetic, right? So that's the trigger, that's the cue. And the routine is you go ahead and you make yourself coffee and you drink it. That's the routine. And the reward is you feel energetic and you're ready to go ahead, you're ready to do whatever you need to do for the day, right? So that's how a habit works. So the second thing is, how do you form a habit? How do you break a habit, right? So before I talk about that, I'm gonna tell a story. So that I read from the book, obviously. Oh, this song, yes. So early 20th, you won't believe it, but early 20th century, not a lot of Americans used to brush their teeth. That was so when I read it, I was like, whoa. So during that time, there was this product, Pepsodent. So this Pepsodent, they were trying to sell it. Claudio Hopkins was the marketing genius who was able to sell this product, and he was able to convert this a large population of Americans to make brushing your teeth into a habit, right? So during that time, as I mentioned, not a lot of Americans used to brush their teeth. So what Claudia did was he found out that they need to make it into a habit in order to use the product. So he tried to understand how a habit works. So he found out that he needs to find what the cue was in order to sell his product. So what he did was he did his research and he advertised that in his advertisement he said, if you run your tongue across your teeth, you'd feel a film on your teeth, you'd feel something on your teeth. That's because that's the dirt on your teeth. That's what makes your teeth look yellow. That's what's making your teeth rot, decay. So in order to fix that problem, that's the cue. In order to fix that problem, you need to use Pepsodent and brush your teeth every day so that you can have a white teeth and you'd look really beautiful, right? So that's what he advertised his product that's how he advertised it. And what happened was he made it into like a habit. It grew from 7% to like 65%, something like that. It changed dramatically. The American population started brushing their teeth. You know why that is? Because every time, like after they heard that advertisement, they would run their tongue across their teeth, and they would be like, shit, I need to go brush my teeth. So he made it into a habit by understanding how a habit works. So how do we use that to fix our habit? How do we use that to break our bad habits? Okay, let's start by I want to start by giving my own examples. I have a lot of bad habits, so let's see how what some of my bad habits are. One, eating out every day, eating bad food every day. So from this story, we learned that the most important thing is to find what the cue of this bad habit is, and to fix the routine, and to replace the routine with something that gives a similar reward. So that's how you break a bad habit. So eating out every day or eating bad food every day, what's the cue? So if you think about it, why do I eat bad food? Why would I buy bad food and eat it? Because I'm hungry, because my body tells me, hey, you need to eat. So I just go to the nearest store and just buy whatever food that I can get. So I need to replace the routine. So in order to replace the routine, what I'm gonna do to fix this habit is to make my own food and pack it in my bag. So every time there's a cue, there's a trigger that tells me that I'm hungry, I take out the food that I packed and I eat it. So if I keep doing this, it might be hard for the first few days. It might be like, ugh, I don't want to do this. But then once I keep doing it over and over and over again, it will be automatic. My brain will take it as a habit. My brain will store it in my basal ganglia to make it into a habit. So that's how you form a habit. You replace the routine. So my second bad habit is watching movies while I'm eating, watching soap opera or Netflix while I'm eating. So how do I fix that problem? So the cue for that is every time I'm eating, if I don't have anyone with me, I need an entertainment, right? So I need to find something entertaining that would replace the routine that I have in order to break this bad habit. So what I would do is, instead of watching a movie, I would watch YouTube videos about relevant topics. There are talents of YouTube videos, so something that's gonna help me out, teach me something, right? So I replace it with that type of routine, and I also can listen to audiobooks while I'm eating. So that has the same reward. Both me watching YouTube videos and me listening to audiobooks have the same. It has a positive reward. And now, so if I keep doing it over and over again, I would replace this bad habit that I have into a good habit. That's how you replace a bad habit. So the third thing I want to talk about is the keystone habits. So what are keystone habits? So keystone habits have the power to disrupt. They're one habit. So if you change this one habit, it has the power to disrupt all the other bad habits that you have. That's how powerful they are, right? So Alcoa, as a company, this company was not doing good. So they appointed a new president, and his name is Paul O'Neill. So what he did was, this guy was smart as well. He understood how a habit works. So he tried to change the keystone habit of the company to fix the most prominent, or the most the worst, the things that were making the company not do good. So what he did was, he talked about security. Even though the company was trying to make money, they were trying to solve problems, he talked about security. And everyone was like, why is this guy talking about security? That's not the most important issue right now, right? But he was trying to identify the keystone habit. So this company had poor quality and slow workforce. So because now the security is the cue was, every time there was a problem or someone is hurt, they need to report it to him within 24 hours in order to, like, you know, do good in the company, in order to have a raise, or in order to, like, go up the ladder. They need to do that. So the cue is every time there's an accident, every time there's something bad happening in the company, the routine is they need to report it to him, and the result is they get promotion, or they get a raise, or they, like, you know, have a good position at the company. So that's the regulation he, like, implemented in the company, Alcoa. What happened was, in order to do that, the vice president needs to speak to the people working on that field, and those people need to talk to the other part of the company. So everyone needs to talk to each other, and they need to work with each other in order to report that to the president, to Paul O'Neill, right? So when they did that, they started working together as a team. They started becoming very effective, and that fixed a lot of problems. Now they started working very efficiently together. The quality of the product started to rise, and the company was finally very successful because of him. So that was when I read about the story, read about his story, it was very, like, motivating, you know. So you change this one habit in your life, and it has the power to disrupt all the other habits, right? So I can give you a personal example. So I just started, it hasn't been that long, but I started waking up early in the morning at 5 a.m. I had several issues, like I eat out every day, I don't eat healthy food, I get tired during the day, all these bad habits. I waste a lot of money on things that are not important. So all these issues, I cannot wake up and change everything. I'm not able to change how I live my life, right? In one day. So changing this one aspect of my life, me waking up early in the morning to go work out at the gym, which is a keystone habit, changed a lot of things. Now that I wake up early in the morning, I'm able to prepare food for the day, pack it, put it in my bag. So now if I work out, so that's a bad habit that I fixed. I used to not work out. Second, I pack my food, so now I don't waste money, I don't eat bad food outside, and I also do not get tired during the day. So I fixed several problems by fixing this small habit of mine. So what I learned from this book is, in order to break a habit, you have to replace a routine, and you need to figure out this keystone habit that can disrupt all the bad habits that you have. So I really recommend this book. If you have time, if you want to read it, you should definitely try it out. And this is the summary of the book. If you want to subscribe, if you think my video is interesting, if you learned at least one thing from this video, subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye bye.